Katty, Konnie, and Loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see everybody. How was your weekend, Linda?
I had a good weekend.
Good. Why don't you tell us about your weekend?
I went to my class reunion. So
It was like,
it wasn't a big one. I don't even think there were 50 people there, maybe out of 300.
well, I mean, when we start getting to our age, some of them probably can't travel, and some of them have moved too far away. And
Well, my best friend in high school lives in Colorado and she flew in. So that's pretty much why I went.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's a cruise. Colorado's a cruise.
Yeah. So, and I get to see her once every few years. She comes back. She still has family here.
Awesome.
Yeah. I saw her like 3 years ago or something. So,
I haven't seen any of mine in 20 years. Maybe another 20. Hey, Whoopi. Hey, KMM.
Hi, KMM. Hi, Woofy. Yeah. Well, the few that I saw, I would be okay for not seeing for the next 20 years, but
That's terrible. They made that trip. They're good people.
well, it is what it is.
I was just looking at the reaction of the Soto case and Stefan Goofy Goober Creepy Stearns while he says he's sorry and that he wished it was him and that the world is going to be not as beautiful a place without Madeline and he's going to miss her terribly. I wanted to vomit. I'm like, dude, you're the one that did it. Come on.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It was pathetic. And do you know, I didn't know till I watched it again because I guess I wasn't paying much attention. They had 60 counts. 60 counts.
Wow.
Of penetration on this little girl from the time she was 9 years old. Anyway, we're not even going to go into that. I thought we would have a little more fun on something else tonight. So, she's in an institution. She's in an institution. She's being institutionalized. And my thing is, if she's in an institution, could they bring up charges on her? No.
Mm-mm.
No, they can't. So, the dad, Madeline Soto's dad, talked. And, yeah. It was,
Hi, Norm.
Hey, Norm! Yeah. He talked and that was sad. She wanted to go live with him and she was just getting ready to turn 13 years old where she could make that decision. And Creepy took that. Man, I hope he rots in hell. Anyway, that's my own personal opinion. Get it any way you want to. Actually, I'm even thinking that's too nice of a place for him. Maybe. But we're going to have fun with something else. And I want to show this video real quick before we make our comments because I think this needs a little light on it. So let's watch this.
Ah,
All right.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Oh, Coldplay's Chris Martin joked either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. The viral kiss cam moment involves married tech CEO and
hi, Sputsy.
It's like he could not hide any further behind that wall than he did, right? He tried. Oh, did he try?
Oh,
But
yeah.
let's talk about that.
He
So-
resigned from his job.
He needed to do more than that. You know, my thing about this whole situation is if you're going to do it and you're going to be that deceptive and you want to cheat on your wife, that, you know, I mean, his wife was beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Absolutely beautiful and a very
And
class
younger.
act.
And younger.
Yeah. And, you know, and she was the good mom always. Hey, Sputsy. She was always at the kids' functions. And, I mean, she was the perfect mom.
Yeah.
She was June Cleaver. Hey, Teddy. She was June Cleaver.
Right.
And you're going to be bold enough to take your Sancha to a Coldplay concert where there's thousands?
Well, I don't think that was the big deal. I think the thing is I'm getting caught on the kiss cam.
Well, I mean,
Out of all the thousands of people there, what are the odds, you know?
do you know, I looked it up because I thought, is this the first time ever this has happened? No, it happened to Britney Spears too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it happened to Britney Spears and it happened to someone else. I saw it and I started laughing. I thought, oh yeah, you know, you think you're all that, and he's been dinking around with her for quite a while. Tea time, Ted. No, it's coffee. It's coffee time, Thomas.
She is going to take him to the cleaners and she deserves it.
Well, he's a billionaire. Think about that. He's a billionaire. And he wanted to get him some strange. And by the way, she was divorced. And they thought, oh, well, she's been divorced. No, she was just remarried. Surprise, honey. I did it again. How about that one? Right? Right? I mean, can you imagine you're sitting there and you're going through your Facebook page or you're going through YouTube looking for something to watch, and all of a sudden there's your husband with some lady going, I'd want to vomit.
Yeah.
You know the door got locked that night. And I don't think she even threw a pillow out there. She probably just said, sleep in the yard. I don't care.
Right?
Go see your girlfriend that you wanted to take to the Coldplay concert.
You know, it's one thing to get caught. It's another thing to get caught and it goes viral.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody in the world knows now who this man is. Everyone. Do you know he's probably walking down the street and they're going, hey, aren't you the dude that was on the kissing cam at the Coldplay concert?
Right.
With his lover?
Right.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. No, I have a twin brother. That wasn't me. I didn't do that. Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Can you imagine what he's thinking to himself right now? Darn it! I got caught!
Right?
I don't know. But I'm going to tell you this. That was just, it was, I'm sorry. It's not funny. But it is.
I bet his soon to be ex-wife gets anything she wants.
She's gonna get it. She's only gonna get 100 million. And I'll bet she gets a little bit more
100 million in
because
a house.
they have kids.
Yeah. Child support, alimony.
Cost of the court. You know, do you remember that song? Do you remember that?
The divorce court, dum-dum.
Yeah. Do you remember that song? She got the gold mine and I got the shaft.
Yeah.
We split all down the middle. She got the better half.
Right.
You know, there you go. There you go. She's gonna just clean his clock. She is going to clean this man's clock. And
what an embarrassment for her and her friends and her family. Seeing
right.
that, you know, that's horrible. It's like I said, it's one thing to have an affair, but it's another thing for it to be viral.
Right? Well, and here's
Horrible.
the thing. Can you imagine? You're doing the best you can. You're being the best mom you can. You're trying to stay out of everybody's business and make your kids the most priority of your life.
Right.
And then he didn't even invite her to the Coldplay concert.
Right. Right.
Well, she probably didn't like Coldplay. She doesn't look like a Coldplay kind of person. You know?
Yeah.
What do you think the new husband thinks?
I think that's going to be really bad too, since she just married into a predominant family.
Right? Right? It's like, wait a minute. We haven't even been married but a few months and I'm not man enough for you?
I'm willing to believe that he might be able to get that marriage annulled because she was dating and married him under false pretenses. She was seeing somebody else.
You know, there you go.
So he might be able to get that annulled.
Well, if I were him, I'd sure be checking into it because I'd be like going, I don't want to see that face. I don't want to look at that face. I don't want nothing to do with that face ever again because it's going to haunt me on YouTube for the rest of my life.
Right. Right. So do you think the two of them will just go off into the sunset?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a prenup there. You can bet your what did my grandma used to say? You can just bet your little biffy that there is a prenup there. But yeah. No, I don't know. Would you want to be seen with the one that you got seen with on the kissing cam and caused your divorce and well, I don't know. She might because, you know, her husband was only a millionaire, multiple millionaire. This guy was a billionaire. Was. Because you can believe me, he's not going to be a billionaire. After she saw that video, she dropped her married name and picked up her surname. The married name was gone. Boom, gone. It was done. And then she took all of her pictures of him off her Facebook. I mean, this was like immediate. You think she's going to say, oh, honey, it's okay. Look, we can work through this? Not on your life. Not on your life.
I had a marriage annulled.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I
Because
did it myself.
what was he? Was he a cheater?
No, he was a stealer.
He was a
That's
thief.
I was with him with my last car accident.
Uh huh.
We had broke up, and then he got back together when it was close for me to get my settlement.
Uh huh. Oh.
And through the course of all of that, I mean, we were together for a while, and we had a joint bank account, which I did not want to do. But so, and he took care of all the bills, of course.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he ended up stealing $26,000.
Oh my God! You should have taken $26,000 right off his hide.
And so, yeah, we were married like 34 days, something like that.
Well, there's a record. You almost beat Britney Spears. She beat
Yeah.
you by 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was only married 2 weeks or something crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we were together for a long time before that, and he paid off all his bills.
Oh, with your money.
Mm-hmm.
How kind of him.
So he was debt free.
Oh, how
And
kind of him. I bet he's not anymore. Easy come, easy go.
I don't know. But he depended after he got fired from we were working at the same restaurant. And after he got fired from there, well, here it gets better. Let me tell you this first.
I can't wait.
Let me tell you this
Wait.
first. Okay. We got married in October. We separated in November. And we were divorced by January. And he got remarried in March.
Wow. He's quick.
But I was the love of his life, and he could not live without me. So I made the right choice in the long run.
Your actions are speaking so loud. I can't hear the words you're saying.
Right. So, yeah, I had it annulled because he married me under false pretenses. So,
What a douche.
yeah.
No, I mean, it's guys like that that give the good guys a bad name.
Thank you, KMM. But you know what? At this point, I just have to laugh. I really do.
It cost you a lot of money.
I just have to laugh about it because apparently he needed that money more than I did. I guess. I don't know. But he's not doing very well.
Well, there you go.
Because he used to get help from his mommy, and his mommy died, and she had money, but she went through it all. She had quite a few millions of dollars, and she went through it all after her husband died. So he got a big fat zero and nobody to help him. So
See, you know what? Karma. It comes out. You know what? If you don't get it in this lifetime, you'll get it in the next.
yeah. So
That's perfect.
that's why I can laugh about it. But thank you guys. But yeah, he got karma. But he was married, I think, only 4 or 5 years after I got an annulment and he got remarried. But he married a nurse with very good insurance. So he got all kinds of goody stuff done. Night, Wolfie.
Have a good night, Whoopi. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
That's ridiculous. You
he
know,
got dentures, and he had hand surgery, and he had knee surgery, and yeah.
wow. He became the bionic man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still married to her?
No, they got divorced like 5 years later. She finally found out what he was all about, because when they were married, I don't think he was working because he was getting all those surgeries and stuff.
You know, if we all sat back and looked at all these wonderful people that we've had in our lives and have crossed our paths,
Mm-hmm.
you got to think there's one somewhere along that line that you're going, what was I thinking? You know, if you run across them later in life, I had an ex-boyfriend that I thought hung the sun, the moon, and the stars. And then I saw him later in life.
Well, I had a bad tendency to marry my boyfriends, so
Well, see, there you go. I didn't marry my boyfriends. This guy, it was bad. I'm just saying, good enough. Just good enough to say it was bad. And let's just say life had not been good to him because he was always a thin, kind of scrawny guy, you know. I mean, he was taller than me. God knows everybody was taller than me. But
right.
his wife was way taller than him.
Wow.
And she was a big Amazon woman. And I saw her, and I mean, I'm telling you what, I was more afraid that she'd find out that he came to see me than I was him coming over, because he came over to where I was managing. I tried to hide from him, but he saw me ducking down behind the counter, like the cameras saw Andy ducking down behind the wall. Yeah, I was ducking down behind the counter because I didn't want him to see me. I had seen him, but I didn't want him to see me, and apparently he did. And he came in and he said, "Oh, it's so good to see you." And I was like, "Where's your wife? Where's your wife?"
Right.
She was big. She was really big.
We
Big.
know who wore the pants in that family.
Oh, I can guarantee you, when she said jump, I'll bet he said, "How high? How high? What do you want me to do?"
Right.
So what kind of news would you like to talk about tonight?
I haven't watched any news at all
You haven't
over
watched
the
it?
weekend. No, I haven't. Um, I was scrolling through Facebook this morning, and there's really not much going on. You
You
know,
know,
except for,
everybody's pleading guilty. I did it, all right? I did it. That's what the
Mhm.
Soto trial. I did it. I did it. So what are you going to do? And you know this man can get an appeal. I didn't. I thought once you pleaded guilty, that was it, and you were sentenced to life without parole. I thought that was that for as
So did
far as,
I.
yeah, no. The judge said, and you have the right to appeal. And I thought, what? I
Well,
didn't
he
think.
can also appeal his sentencing.
Well, you know what? I would have given him more than what he got. So, you know, I've always been kind of on the fence about the death penalty because I think what would happen if what would happen if the person was innocent and we put an innocent person down?
That
That's
has
always what
happened.
you think. That's happened probably before, right?
Yeah, that's happened a lot. That's why it takes 20 or 30 years to get executed when you get a death sentence.
You know, speaking of that, you know, Wade Wilson was found just a couple days ago. Somebody had put some fentanyl in his food, and he had OD'd and was hanging over the. They found him and they Narcaned him real quick and brought him back. And I thought,
Mm.
why are? I mean, he got the death penalty twice. I guess you can't. I don't know. I don't understand that. Why bring him back if it's like, here, let's bring him back so that we can put
Well, how do
we
you
want to
get
do
fentanyl
it.
in jail?
Oh, they can get anything they want in there.
Well, I mean, yeah, but true.
You know, they say that's the best place in the world to get it. You can get anything you want.
Well, that's true.
So they found him and he was overdosing and he was laying on the ground and they Narcaned him and brought him back. And I thought, well, but why?
Because a doctor and an EMT all take take an oath.
Well, that, and did you know that if he died of an overdose, that they could sue the prison?
Probably, yeah.
Well, we're going to put him down anyway in a few months or a few years or whatever. We're just speeding up the process just a little bit.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm making fun of it because you know what? Sometimes I've got to laugh about all this stuff because it is so sick.
Mm-hmm.
It is so sick. You know, the man not only confessed to what he had done, he confessed over the phone and was bragging about it.
Right. Right.
Prison phone, and I'm thinking, well, and then all of these groupies that call in and send him money and want to marry him, and
Yeah, we did a show on him.
remember? I mean, what, before he tattooed his whole face, he wasn't a bad looking guy.
Right.
And then he decided to put tattoos all across his face and all over his neck and the rest of his body. And now he's great big too. Because great big because of all the honey buns that he's gotten because he's got such groupies. I don't think he probably gets too much exercise. He probably doesn't exercise. He's probably afraid to go to the gym, or I don't know if he was allowed to go to the gym. But they moved him, and now he's in general population, kind of basically. And that's where he got his fentanyl poisoning. Oops.
Yeah, somebody probably did it on purpose.
Oh yeah, somebody probably did. Somebody got a hold of him and decided they were going to help. But then, I mean, they have to try to save him.
Right.
The man's got 9 lives like a cat. That brought him right back. It's like, really?
Yeah.
And out of the pits of hell came
Right.
Wade Wilson again.
Right.
I mean, unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. What else is there to say about that?
I was watching one of those crime shows over the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a big blurb up there about, sensitive material, blah, blah, blah. This dude used to kill people and eat them like Jeffrey Dahmer, but he wasn't Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
And then it talked about cannibalism. And it's like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
These are people that aren't all together.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not. They're just not.
Mm-mm.
Did you hear about Dog the Bounty Hunter's grandson?
Yes, I did.
That was
How sad.
horrific.
That's sad. Yeah.
And what is the first thing that you're taught? I don't know. My dad taught me how to use a gun when I was real young. And the very first thing he taught us is don't point it at anyone unless you plan on using it. Do not point it at anyone. And so I guess the grandson said, point it over here and let me take a picture. And he pointed it at him and it went off. Well, did no one stop to look to see if it was loaded?
Right. And with his son, I think that's the one that used to do the bounty hunting with him, or he has a bounty hunter bails bondsman down south. I don't know which son it was, but one of them has their own business down south that they opened up. And if he's the bail bondsman, that was really dumb. Really dumb.
It was. I couldn't believe that somebody would do. I mean, even if it was just for a picture, they're making comments that, well, that's kind of like the Alec Baldwin thing. He didn't know that it was really locked and loaded with real ammunition.
Right.
Well, don't you want to look before you start pointing
Yeah.
it at people?
KMM.
I didn't think so, KMM. I think that you need to start getting out there on your get out there with your sign and say, "You're making us Wisconsin people look bad. Y'all
Mhm.
straighten up. Y'all straighten up."
Right, right. Crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Oh, and then there was another um, deal with the McDonald's.
Oh yeah, another yeah, she got shot.
What
I
was
don't
that
know.
all about?
Because she was told to take the trash out and she wouldn't take the trash out.
Oh,
So yeah.
wow.
So I that's why I'm willing to believe
Wow.
that the one that happened here, she was told to do something and she wouldn't do it, so she was sent home. Because that's what the other manager did, is she sent that person home too, because he wouldn't take out the trash.
So that gives you the right to
Apparently.
unalive someone because you were told to do what your job.
Apparently. But I think the other person, I think they only got shot in the leg. I think they're okay.
Yeah, but still.
I
I mean,
know, but
it's like, wow. These are the things. I guess what they need to do is sit down and tell them, okay, this is what your job entitles for you to do. This is what you have to do. And do you have a problem with taking out the trash? Well, then we're not going to hire you.
you know, that usually is done, because most restaurants have rules, employee policies, stuff like that in place, that before
Mhm.
you even get on the floor, it's like a day or two of training. So, you
So
know,
crash duty was there somewhere.
yeah.
They just got tired of being the one having to do it all the time.
Well, if that's the case, I don't know, but
That's ridiculous.
mhm.
That's just
I
sad
mean,
and ridiculous and a waste of time because you hire on for this job and this is what you have to do.
right. Because I know the last restaurant I worked at, you had to have all the garbage out by 9:30.
Okay.
And if you didn't have it out by 9:30, then you got in trouble because there's trash sitting at the back door all night.
Wow.
The back door was not to be opened past 9:30. And once you leave the you can't stay in the building alone. At least two people had to stay with you. And once you leave the building, you can't enter back into the building. And once you lock the front doors, you can't unlock them and let anybody in.
So if you get locked outside, you're going home.
That happened to somebody. We went outside to smoke a cigarette, and it's like, too bad. And they said, well, we can't pay our bill. And it's like, he's got all the money. I guess they thought that, they'd get a free meal or whatever. But yeah,
Wow.
he went outside to smoke, and I wouldn't let him back in.
Wow.
Yeah. And like I said, like, say I forgot something in the office
Uh-huh.
and I told everybody, oh, just go ahead and go. I'm going to run back and get it. Can't do that.
Wow.
And I remember one particular time we were all getting ready to walk out the door. The employee had food in a to-go container. And just as I put the numbers in to set the alarm, this fool dropped the box and food all over by the front door.
Oh, man.
So I had to disarm the lock. We had to clean it up. And then we left. But everybody had to stay. Nobody could leave. until it was
Wow.
cleaned up. Yeah. Yeah, they had a lot of restaurants because me personally, I think if you remember back 10, 15 years ago, how many restaurants were getting robbed and they were stuck in the freezer or the cooler, um, you know, because there was only one manager left in the building.
Yeah.
That's why.
Wow.
And when I first went back to work, I started when I first went back to work, I started at fast food restaurants, and I did work at McDonald's for a little bit, and they got a unique thing that you have to be at McDonald's by 4:30 in the morning to work the day shift. And you have to meet off site, like there was a Kinko's on the other corner. So yeah, you all had to meet at Kinko's, and then one car drove around to the drive-through and sat there while everybody else went in. And then only that person that sat there was allowed in after everybody else got in. Because
Wow.
I was late one day.
So you were the one in the drive-through.
No, I was I was the one that went home until they opened,
Wow.
which was not good because I was the cook for the day.
Oops.
Look, I was literally I saw her walk. I parked the car and she walked in the door, and I'm like, wait, wait. And no, she didn't.
Look at this. News from Minneapolis. A Somali man is running for mayor. He wants
Yes.
to make the city more like the homeland. He is currently leading in the polls. His homeland?
Well, there's one. Well, what's the nationality that the one in New York is? Isn't he Somalian too?
I mean, come
This
on.
has got to stop. It
It's
really
got to
does.
stop. It's got to stop.
These people cannot be in public office. They just can't.
Why, if you want it to be like what your laws are in your homeland, then what the hey are you doing here with us?
Right.
Why? Why are you here? If you like your country so much and you like the laws of your country, go home where they do that kind of stuff. We don't do that here. Don't try to change us.
Well,
Why?
that's just like what is it? The Shira laws.
The Sharika laws, yeah.
I knew there was a K in there.
Yeah.
Why are you practicing those here? And they're talking about banning that. Do you know the crap that's going to cause?
Well, there's a bunch of them here. See, that's the problem. We have a whole bunch of them here, and they've been embedded here for a reason. I know that everybody, including myself, I'll even raise my hand because I'm really kind of irritated about this Mr. Jeffrey thing and the files not coming out and yada, 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 yada. And everyone is saying, well, it's because T is all involved in it, right? He's involved, and that's why they don't want to bring it out because he's all over it. Okay, well, you know what? Let me throw something here at you for a second. And I want you to think about this before you even say anything. These files have been around a long time, and they were around during Joe's whole 4 years. And if T was all wrapped around all of that, don't you think that would have been a really good thing to bring out when they were running for office? Because the dirt would have been so bad, it would have made T look bad. Just saying.
That's happening more and more, Sputsy. I mean, you can't believe, Dearborn. It's like you drove to their country. You just can't believe it. The signs are in their language.
You know, it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not down with all of this.
I'm not either.
I'm not. If you want to live like you do back in your country and where you're from, then you know what? I'm sure that there's some government officials that will be more than happy to send you and your family on a plane back home.
Well, what it is they come here, they make money or get on welfare and get money, even though they have means, because it seems like they're all rich. I mean, those houses in Dearborn are not that, they're not cheap. They're not cheap houses. And, then they either send the money back home or they go back home and live like kings and queens for the rest of their life.
Well, I'm go home then. Go on.
Because
Bye.
I know when I had those employees from El Salvador, they each own 2 or 3 homes back in El Salvador. A house, I mean, and I saw pictures of the house, and it was only $10,000 for a house.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I can vouch for. But you know what? I wouldn't live in those countries for all the tea in China. I am only 2.5 hours away from the border, and I've walked across the border of a few border cities. And I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't walk across the border in El Paso, Texas, and walk across to Juarez for all the tea in China. No way. No way. That's a scary, scary place. But the border that I walk across, that's not too far from me, it's actually really clean for that country. Let's get that straight. For that country, because that country is not clean by any means.
Right.
It's sad. It's really sad. But they're trying to build it up. This particular part, they're trying to build it up. There's places like, you got your. I even went on a ship. We went on a cruise, and we went. Where did we go? Cozumel. Cozumel, when you got off the ship, was really, really nice in that little bitty area. But then when you went past that area, you were right back in just like a border city. Just like it looks exactly the same. There's no difference. It's just not. And
It's the same thing with Cancun. The main strip of Cancun is all nice and shops and restaurants and uh, a marketplace and all of that. Don't go off the beaten path, and they'll tell you that. Stay in your resort or get a taxi or take the bus. Don't walk anywhere.
see, look, it's happening to all of our big cities.
Uh,
See, you got New York getting ready for that guy's in office. He wait till if he gets in office, New York is gonna fall to the wayside. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. I mean, you might as well mark it off.
and this sounds funny because Detroit's building up. They just built 2 parks worth millions and millions of dollars, and they're building all kinds of apartments, and those apartments are not cheap. They're not cheap.
Well, where is there an apartment that's cheap anymore?
Oh, but I mean, and the houses, they're going for $300,000-$400,000.
See,
And you could not pay me enough to buy a house that expensive in Detroit. You just no way. I wouldn't live there. There's just no way.
well, and it's happening. I mean, Denver. Yeah, you don't go downtown Denver in the middle of the night either, at dark. You just don't, because Denver's really bad too. Um, and I'm sure if we really got down to brass tacks, most of your big cities are. There is in Houston, there's an area that your Trendella Agua gang has this whole section, and the cops won't even go in there. Now, why? Why? What? Who decided this was okay? Who made that decision?
I don't know, but it's a damn shame when the police stations and the fire stations have to have bars on their windows and doors.
Or wasn't an ICE agent just unalived recently somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Okay, so I would like to look at these rich people that think it's okay, like AOC and all these guys that say it's okay for you to come over here. How big is AOC's house? 3,600 square feet? 5,000 square feet, maybe? You think? How many bedrooms do you think AOC has? 5, maybe?
Right.
And it's her by herself. I'm sure we could put 4 or 5 in each room. You want them? Here they are. You take care of them. And we're not going to governmentally fund them.
Right.
You're going to have to pay for them yourself.
Right.
Well, they don't want that. They
Yeah.
don't want
Nope.
Just like I said about these Epstein files, they've been around a long time, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a weapon during the election. That would have been a weapon to use against who is in office right now if they had used it and if he was in it and if he was all involved in it. I think there's a lot more involved than, we're talking countries. We're not talking just our government. It would tear our government down for sure, without a doubt. But I think it would take down other countries too. Kind of think maybe the Saudi Arabian prince is involved in any of that. You think? Maybe?
It's a very good possibility.
We already know that one of the UK royalties were involved. Just saying. Just saying. And I just think that it's like too much to go, too many people that would go down. And as far as I'm concerned, let the chips fall where they may.
Right.
But I think it would be so chaotic and so much chaos going in all over the world that maybe we're not ready for all of that.
Right.
But somebody's got to put a stop to all of this child trafficking. It's got to happen. It's got to
stop to a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, we got to stop almost to the fentanyl thing.
The cover-ups are what's absolutely horrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's the cover-ups.
It's like, we'll just cover it up. Why not? It's not hurting me and it's not hurting my family. So you know what? We'll just cover it up.
Right. Exactly. And who decides? Who gets to decide what gets covered up and what doesn't?
I don't know.
Oh, I want to ask everybody's opinion. All over Facebook, it's saying that they're getting ready to arrest Barack on treason.
It's all over YouTube too.
Is it? Because I was thinking, well, maybe it's just AI and people are being stupid like they are with everything with the AI now. And I hope to see that day.
Was he using the pen? That's the biggest corrupt thing I've ever seen. Who used the electronic pen? Biden said he didn't. They asked him. Of course, you know what? He probably wouldn't remember anyway. But they asked him, how come you gave all these people a pardon? And he said, I didn't pardon anybody. Oh, that's not what the pen says. That's not what went through court. You pardoned everybody. In fact, you pardoned your son for the next 25 years.
Right.
He can do whatever he wants to. He can run amok for the next 25 years. No, that's exaggerated. But I think it did go past 2025 for anything that he would be found guilty on. He's pardoned for.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's supposed to be treason, and espionage charges, and
Well,
and supposedly the FBI is trying to coordinate with the Secret Service to get him arrested.
you know, he's getting ready to get a divorce too, they said. Remember, that's a big thing too. They're not living together, and I don't know. I think that, and we've all come to the conclusion, right? We've already talked about it, that he had his hand in that 4 years a lot more than what met the eye, because we know that Biden couldn't do it. Somebody was doing it. By golly, somebody was doing it. But
Yep.
who? And I think that that was the person that they put. Isn't that the one that everyone kept saying? Isn't that the name they kept calling out? I think that he's doing something there. I think that, well, now I think that you would find out if you found out who ran that electronic pen.
Right.
Who had a hold of the electronic pen? The
Big question.
world may never know.
Mm-mm.
Just like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. The world may.
And you know damn good and well
Mm-hmm.
that is recorded. They know.
Oh, they know a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many things are done under the radar that we don't know about. Or, I mean, I'm going to make everybody a $10 bet. Oh, no, I'm not, because there's only 5 people in here. But Ghislaine Maxwell, she's getting out. All right? She's going to walk free. She's going to walk free because you can't traffic somebody when there's no one to traffic them to.
Right.
And you can't, and there was 1,000 victims. What? Now, I mean, Jeffrey might have been a stud, but he wasn't that big a stud.
Right.
Not at his age.
Right.
So, and why did he have he had a camera in every room. Every room. Every bedroom. Every room. Don't tell me he wasn't blackmailing everybody. Come on. I don't believe that either.
Right.
Just like I don't believe he's not still breathing, living and breathing.
Right.
Don't you think it's don't you think that they had this all in the plan? Because Obama wasn't senator even his term. He got up with his silver tongue and became a senator. And he didn't even do his whole Senate term before he was president.
Right.
Somebody seasoned all that too.
Yep.
You know?
I guess they also said that Trump has stuff on Adam Schiff.
Well, he got a pardon too, remember?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Joe gave him one too. And that was what everybody's question was. Well, why does he need a pardon? Why did Joe pardon him?
Right.
For what?
Right.
Oh, he was the one that supposedly was involved in the Russia thing.
Oh.
But so was Obama. So was Hillary. So was all of these other guys. Adam is, I think, his hands are dirtier in some other places too. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And they said the comment was, this is the year of 2025. The veil is coming down and all the truths will come forward, right? So there you go, Andy Bryan, CEO of whatever, multi-billion, Mr. Billionaire. The truth came out. And truth is going to come out on a few other people too before it's all said and done.
I hope so.
We need justice.
We do. And we need to let it be worldwide known that we're just not going to put up with this crap. We never did in the past.
Well, I'll tell you. Go ahead, sorry. I'll take a minute. Go ahead.
No, why now? We never put up with it before, so why put up with it now?
Well, we shouldn't.
Exactly.
I want you to look up what Hunter said recently.
I saw that.
Did you see? And if I were president in the next, and I thought, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Are you ramping yourself up to run for president? Really? Are we going to go there, guys? Are we going to go there? And he said, I think we should bring all those people home that we sent. Wait a minute. They weren't from here. They are home.
Right.
Why are they saying, let's bring them home? Why did he say, let's bring them home? They are home.
Right.
They are and in their country from where they came from, and they are home. They are not naturalized citizens of the United States. But he said, bring them all back and bring them home. How much did they pay you for that one, Hunter?
Right. Well, you guys, it's that time.
Yep, it's that time. I'm hoping to be on in the morning to cover Kohlberger's sentencing, and then I got to go drive Miss Daisy tomorrow morning, which I really look forward to those times. And then we will be back here, same time. What did they say? Same time, same place, monkey face?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys.
Good night, everybody. Love you. Thank you for your constant support. Hit
Please
like on the way out.
Yep. Press like on your way out the door. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Good night.
Good night.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff